Welcome back. Well, the sanctimonious media was quick to slam the president for tweeting mission accomplished over Friday's joint airstrikes in Syria.
President Trump calls it mission accomplished in Syria.
The tweet declaring mission accomplished, because saying that always works well for presidents.
Mission accomplished, which is not a great historical reference there.
Mission accomplished. Really not a wise thing to tweet.
What does mission accomplished mean?
Mission accomplished. Now, that's an interesting choice of words.
Our producers are pretty good at gathering that info, right? But is this just another attempt to create controversy where there is none?
Here to weigh in, Olympic Media Managing Editor Katie Fradis. Katie, thank you very much for being here this morning.
Katie.
Thanks for having me.
Mission accomplished. We all understood that George W. Bush stood on that aircraft carrier with a banner behind him vis-a-vis the Iraq War. But when it came to this mission, much more limited, and it's been said from the beginning, yet they run with it as if he's declaring the end of the Iraq War.
Well, of course, and here's the problem, right? They're trying to ascribe traits to President Trump as if he's some seasoned politician that should have known about this thing 15 years ago and not tweet about it. Well, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's going to say what he wants, when he wants, and that's exactly what they did. And this just seems, you look at it and you go, really, guys? It's 2 words in a tweet. Calm down.
Right. No, exactly. And if you really want to think about it honestly, everyone knew what he meant when he said mission accomplished, right? The frustrating thing for me, and I think a lot of people, is then most of the day yesterday for certain folks in the media, this was their focus instead of the actual strikes that happened, an issue that is far more serious than, as you said, 2 words in a tweet.
Well, of course, and Abby, I think you're completely right. It's not what he meant by mission accomplished. It's what they could spin it as meaning, and it's how they could use those words to attack him. And if we're looking at the narrow scope of these strikes with Britain and with France, then yes, it was mission accomplished. But I would say, of course, that with Syria, we do have to be extremely careful with what happens. But you look at these headlines, and you just got to say that's all you've got?
Well, exactly. I mean, you said it. I'll restate it. There was a mission to take out these chemical weapons sites, and that mission was accomplished. He's not saying we've gotten rid of Assad. He's not saying the rebels have been emboldened. He's not saying Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. Or could he also be sort of trolling this, even the George W. Bush, saying, hey, mission accomplished? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they shouldn't take this absolutely literally in every moment. Why can't they figure that out?
Because then they'd have nothing to talk about. We're not talking about a rational approach where you look at the president and you try to be fair. They look at everything he says and does and say, how can we attack this and make it a headline for the next 24 hours?
Yeah. At the same time, you do think about national security and how, as you were saying, sensitive and serious that is. Is that a time to maybe think even more carefully about what you do tweet?
Well, I would say with the president, we've seen in the past that he's going to tweet what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants. But I would agree with you that this is especially a time to be careful with words when it comes to American lives and a potential more involvement overseas, which I hope doesn't happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. Katie
I think that's true. Katie Fradis, thank you very much for your time.
Great to have you with us this morning.